Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you've been watching the channel for a little while, and if you have, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you all so much. But if you've been watching the channel for a little while, you'll know that I don't actually use very much vegetable tan leather. But today I wanted to show you guys a little hack for how you can cut out your patterns perfectly with veg tan leather. So you can't use double-sided sticky tape on it. Normally, if you're using a chrome tan leather with a really resilient finish, you can stick your pattern to it with some double-sided tape, cut it out, and then take the pattern off. If you do that with vegetable tan leather, you'll strip the surface off and it won't be good at all. So you can either cut around it holding it really tightly, or as you'll see now, you can attach the pattern to the back side, the flesh side, and it won't move. And then when you take the pattern off, you'll see the tape mark on the back, but you're never going to see the back, so it doesn't matter. So you'll see it right now that you get that little strip, absolutely fine, no problem at all, and your pattern will never move. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to bevel leather edges, because it's one of those really beginner techniques that you want to teach yourself, that you can buy the tool, but they do actually take a little bit of getting used to quite how to hold it and such. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial on that, so please do go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss that. This is one of those patterns that I haven't really used before. I made it a few years ago for a friend of mine. It's different. Normally my work has very straight pockets like this, the back pockets on this, and I like that. But on this one I decided to have a little bit of creative freedom, let's call it, because this one I'm making it for the video, it's not for a client. If you like it, please do reach out. My Instagram is down below. But I just can't help myself skiving the edges. I don't like really thick edges, and it actually doesn't make any difference structure-wise if it's a little strength-wise if it's a little bit more slender. Most of the strength is in the top few layers, and those few layers are not thick at all. Most of the flesh side of leather doesn't actually provide any strength at all, and you know that, because when you skive the back of it off and you have that split or skive off the back, you can just pull that apart. So that shows you that there's practically no structural strength in that at all. If you can pull it apart, it's not strong, is it? So that therefore means that the argument of having thicker leather is stronger, to a point, but there's kind of diminishing returns. Thicker leather is stronger, but over about 1.5 mil, maybe slightly less actually, about 1 mil, there's not actually that much strength benefit to it. There really isn't. The other thing about veg tan leather is it creases, and it takes a deboss or an embossing so nicely. It really is lovely to crease, just because it's not really that finished. Like, it's got a dye on it, but it doesn't have there is an aniline leather, so you can see the marks, you can see the aging, you can see the scars and the tick marks and everything. It's not sort of painted, if you like, which most chrome tan leathers have almost like a paint on top of them. So I just thought I'd make this video to show you a few little tips and techniques and tricks of how you can implement them into your work. The other thing I'm going to show you in a moment is actually really useful. So I'm going to actually show you how to continue a stitch without finishing it. So if you're stitching two pieces, if you have more than one stitching run to do, which, let's face it, everyone has more than one stitching run to do, you don't need to finish one, snip it off, melt the end, and then start the next one. It's not necessary, and I'm going to show you how to do it in just a second. You do your normal back stitch as you would with any piece that you do. You always finish a stitching run with at least one back stitch, because that's where the strength of the finish comes in. The strength of the end of the stitch comes in that back stitch. So you always do one, and then you are going to simply take your needles out and then move them to the second hole. So not the first hole, but the second one, and then you're going to do one forwards, then you're going to continue back towards yourself. So I'm going to demonstrate it here for you in just a moment, but I'll say that again. So you start one back, you start in the second hole, you go forward one, and then you continue back. So you actually have one and a bit back stitch on itself. If that makes any sense at all, it'll make more sense just now. So I started in the second hole, I went forward one, the one that you can see moving just a little bit when I'm putting tension into that, and then you come back, and it's so useful because you just snip off the tails. I didn't show it here, I forgot, but you just snip off the tails, and you don't have to restart your stitch every time you start a new run. Super useful. So I hope you can put that into practice, and I hope I've explained it in a way that's easily understandable. I do really like the design of this pocket actually. You've got a little thumb bit in the bottom. I might do a 2-card holder with it, a 3-card holder with it, where you've just got a funky pocket on both sides. Why not? The thing about leather work that I love is if you have an idea, any idea, if you can dream it up, you can pretty much make it. If you have the skills, and those skills are something I'm trying to teach you guys, so please don't forget to like and subscribe. But if you have the skills, why not just do it? Why not make it if it comes to your mind? Now, I did make a bit of a boo-boo with this. I would normally have the main bit of leather, so I'd normally have this flip the other way around, but I stitched the top backwards. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the channel. I think most of, if not all of you are. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I know that I've said that a whole bunch, but you guys keep forgetting to press that button. Like 80% of you watch my videos and don't press the button. It doesn't cost you anything. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a video on edge painting versus edge burnishing, because loads of you guys are probably starting out and don't really know what the difference is and when to use them. I'm not going to go into it now, but if you'd like a tutorial on that, please do let me know, because I want to make stuff that you guys enjoy. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to know the difference and when to use them between burnishing and painting. I will see you next time. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care.